two households, both alike in dignity. In fair Kentucky, where we lay our scene, from ancient grudge break two new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventured, piteous overthrows do with their death bury their parents' strife. Fearful passage of their death-marked love, and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end or could remove, is now the traffic of our virtual stage. The which, if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend.
I strike quickly, being moved.
But thou art not quickly moved to strike.
A dog of the house of Capulet moves me.
To move is to stir, and to be valiant is to stand. Therefore, if thou art moved, thou runst away.
A dog of that house shall move me to stand. I will take the wall of any man or maid of Capulets, and I will show myself a tyrant. Once I have fought the men, I'll be civil with the maids. I'll cut off their heads.
The heads of the maids.
Aye, the heads of the maids, or their maiden heads, take it in what sense thou wilt.
They must take it in since that feel it.
Me they shall feel, while I am able to stand. And 'tis known I am a pretty piece of flesh.
On thy guard, here comes one of the house of Capulet.
I will bite my thumb at him, which is a disgrace to him if he bears it.
Do you bite your thumb at me, sir?
I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you bite your thumb at me, sir?
'Tis the law of our side if I say aye.
No.
No, sir, I do not bite my thumb at you, sir, but I do bite my thumb.
Do you quarrel, sir?
Quarrel, sir? No, sir.
But if you do, sir, I am for you.
Draw if you be men.
Part, fools! Put up thy swords, you know not what you do.
Turn thee, Benvolio, look upon thy death.
I do but keep the peace. Put up thy sword.
What? Draw and talk of peace? I hate the word as I hate hell, all Montagues, and thee. Have at thee, coward.
What noise is this? Give me my long sword, ho.
A crutch. A crutch. What call you for a sword?
My sword, ho. Old Montague has come and flourishes his blade in spite of me.
Thou villain Capulet! Hold me not, let me go!
Thou shalt not stir 1 foot to seek a foe.
Rebellious subjects, enemies to peace, profaners of this neighbor's stained steel, were they not here? What oh, you men? You beasts, to quench the fire of your pernicious rage, on pain of torture. From those bloody hands, throw your mistempered weapons to the ground, and hear the sentence of your moved prince. 3 civil brawls, bred of an airy word by thee, old Capulet, and Montague, have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets, and made Louisville's shaken citizens to wield old partisans in hands as old, cankered with peace, to park your cankered hate. If ever you disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace. Before this time, all the rest depart away. You, Capulet, shall go along with me. Montague, come you this afternoon to know our farther pleasure in this case. Once again, on pain of death, all men depart.
Hey, everybody on sidewalk! Everybody on sidewalk!
Who set this ancient quarrel new abroach? Speak, nephew, were you by when it began?
I drew to part them. In the instant came the fiery Tybalt with his sword prepared. While we were interchanging thrusts and blows, came more and more, and fought on part and part, till the prince came, who parted either part.
Where is Romeo? Saw you him today? Right glad I am he was not at this fray.
Madam, an hour before the worshipped sun peered forth the golden window of the east, a troubled mind drive me to walk abroad, where under the grove in Shawnee Park that westward rooteth from the city side, so early walking did I see your son. Towards him I made, but he was ware of me, and stole into the covert of the wood.
Many a morning hath he there been seen, with tears augmenting the fresh morning's dew, adding to clouds more clouds with his deep sighs.
Black and portentous must this humor prove, unless good counsel may the cause remove.
My noble uncle, do you know the cause?
I neither know it nor can learn of him.
Have you importuned him by any means?
Both by myself and many other friends. But he, his own affection's counselor, is to himself so secret and so close. Could we but learn from whence his sorrows grow, we would as willingly give cure as know.
See where he comes, so please you step aside. I'll know his grievance, or be much denied.
I would thou wert so happy by thy stay, to hear true shrift. Come, madam, let's away.
Cause nothing's gonna ease my mind, unless I can just press rewind.
Good morrow, cousin.
Is the day so young?
But news struck 9.
Aye, me. Sad hours seem long. Was that my folks that went from hence so fast?
It was. What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that which having makes them short.
In love?
Out.
Of love?
Out of her favor where I am in love.
Alas, that love so gentle in his view should be so tyrannous and rough in proof.
Alas, that love whose view is muffled still should without eyes see pathways to his will. Where shall we dine? Oh me, what fray was here? Yet tell me not, for I have heard it all. Here is much to do with hate, and more with love. Why then, O brawling love, O loving hate, O anything of nothing first create, misshapen chaos of well-seeming forms. Dost thou not laugh?
No, cuz I rather weep.
Good heart, at what?
At thy good heart's oppression.
Why, such is love's transgression. Tut, I have lost myself. I am not here. This is not Romeo. He's some other where.
Tell me in sadness, who is it that you love?
Sadness, cousin. I do love a woman.
I aimed so near when I suppose you loved.
A right good markman, and she's fair, I love.
A right fair mark, fair cuz, is soonest hit.
Well, in that hit, you miss. She'll not be hit with Cupid's arrow. She hath Dian's wit. And in strong proof of chastity, well armed from love's weak, childish bow, she lives uncharmed. She hath forsworn to love. And in that vow do I live, dead that live to tell it now.
Be ruled by me. Forget to think of her.
Teach me how I should forget to think.
By giving liberty unto thine eyes. Examine other beauties.
'Tis the way to call hers exquisite and question more. Farewell. Thou canst not teach me to forget.
I'll pay that doctrine, or else die in debt.
But Montague is bound as well as I in penalty alike. And 'tis not hard, I think, for men so old as we to keep the peace. And now, Lord Paris, to address your suit. I'm saying o'er what I've said before. My child is but a stranger in the world. Let 2 more summers wither in their pride, ere we may think her right to be a bride. For too soon marred are those so early married. She is the hopeful lady of my earth. But woo her, gentle Paris. Get her heart. My will to her consent is but a part, and she agreed within her scope of choice. Lies my consent in fair according voice. This night I hold a private derby feast, whereto I have invited many a guest, such as I love. And you, among the store, one more. Most welcome. Makes my number more.
Tut, man, one fire burns out, another's burning. Take thou some new infection to thy eye, and the rank poison of the old will die.
When the devout religion of mine eyes maintains such falsehood, then turns tears to fires, and those who often drowned could never die, transparent heretics, be burnt for liars.
Romeo, art thou mad?
Not mad, but bound more than a madman is, shut up in prison, kept without my food, whipped and tormented, and what's this invite? Signor Martino and his wife and daughters, Count Anselm and his beauteous sisters, Signor Placentio and his lovely nieces, my fair niece Rosalind and Livia, Signor Valentino and his cousin Tybalt. A fair assembly. Whither should they come?
To our house.
Whose house?
The house of the great rich Capulet. And if you be not of the house of Montague, come and crush a mint julep. At this same derby fete of Capulet sups the fair Rosaline, whom thou so loves, with all admired beauties of Louisville. Go thither, and with unattainted eye compare her face with some that I shall show, and I will make thee think thy swan a crow.
I'll go along, no such sight to be shown, but to rejoice in splendor of mine own.
Nurse, where's my daughter? Call her forth to me.
I bade her come. What lamb? What lady bird? God forbid, where's this girl? What, Juliet?
How now? Who calls?
Your mother.
Madam, I'm here. What is your will?
This is the matter. Nurse, give leave a while. We must talk in secret. Nurse, come back again. Have remembered me. Thou's here our counsel. Thou knowest my daughters of a pretty age.
Faith, I can tell her age in 2 an hour. Susan and she, God rest all Christian souls, were of an age. Well, Susan is with God. She was too good for me. But I recall 'tis since the great flood, now 23 years, and she was weaned. I never shall forget it of all the days of the year upon that day. For then she could stand high alone. Nay, by the rood, she could have run and waddled all about. For even the day before, she broke her brow. And then my husband, oh, God be with his soul, he was a merry man, took up the child. Yea, quoth he, dost thou fall upon thy face? Thou wilt fall backward when thou hast more wit, wilt thou not, Jewel? And by my holidam, the pretty wretch left crying and said, I warrant, and I shall live 1,000 years. I never shall forget the jest that day.
Enough of this. I pray thee, hold thy peace.
Peace I have done. God mark thee to his grace. Thou wast the prettiest babe that e'er I nursed, and I might live to see thee married once I have my wish.
Mary. That Mary is the very theme I came to talk of. Tell me, Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married?
It is an honor that I dream not of.
Well, think of marriage now. Younger than you, here in Louisville, ladies of esteem are already made mothers. By my count, I was your mother much upon these years that you are now a maid. Thus, then in brief, the valiant Paris seeks you for his love.
Oh, man, young lady. Lady, such a man of all the world. Why, he's a man of wax.
Kentucky's summer has not such a flower.
Nay, he's a flower, in faith, a very flower.
What say you? Can you love the gentleman? This night, you shall behold him at our feast. Read o'er the volume of young Paris' face, and find delight writ there with beauty's pen. Examine every married lineament, and see how one another lends content. This precious book of love, this unbound lover, to beautify him only lacks a cover. So shall you share all that he doth possess, by having him, making yourself no less.
No less. Nay, bigger. Women grow by men.
Speak briefly. Can you like of Paris love?
I'll look to like, if looking liking move. But no more deep will I endart mine eye than your consent gives strength to make it fly.
Madam, by now the guests have come. Dinner has been served. I beseech you, follow straight.
We follow. Juliet, the county stays.
Go, girl. Seek happy nights to happy days.
What? Shall this speech be spoke for our excuse, or shall we on without apology?
No, let them measure us by what they will. We'll measure them a measure and be gone.
Give me a torch. I'm not for this ambling. Being but heavy, I will bear the light.
Nay, gentle Romeo, we must have you dance.
Not I, believe me. You have dancing shoes with nimble soles. I have a soul of lead, so it stakes me to the ground I cannot move.
You're a lover. Borrow Cupid's wings and soar with them above a common bound.
I cannot bound a pitch above dull woe. Under love's heavy burden do I sink.
And to sink in it should you burden love? Too great oppression for a tender thing.
Is love a tender thing? It's too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like thorns.
If love be rough with you, be rough with love. Prick love for pricking, and you beat love down.
Come, knock and enter, and no sooner in, but every man be taken to his legs.
And we mean well in going to this mask, but 'tis no wit to go.
Why, may one ask?
I dreamt a dream tonight.
And so did I.
Well, what was yours?
That dreamers often lie.
In bed asleep while they do dream things true.
Oh, so I see Queen Mav had been with you. She is the fairy's midwife and comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone on the forefinger of an alderman, drawn with a team of little atomy over men's noses as they lie asleep. Her chariot is an empty hazelnut. Her wagoner, a small gray-coated gnat, not half so big as a round little worm pricked from the lazy finger of a maid. And in this state, she gallops night by night through lovers' brains, and then they dream of love. Or lawyers' fingers, who straight dream on fees. Or ladies' lips, who straight on kisses dream. Sometime, she gallops o'er a courtier's nose, and then dreams he of smelling out a suit. Sometime, she driveth o'er a soldier's neck, and then dreams he of cutting flooring of breeches, ambuscados, Spanish blades, drums in his ear, at which he starts, and being thus frightened, swears a prayer to and sleeps again.
Peace, Mercutio, peace. Thou talk'st of nothing.
True, I talk of dreams, which are the children of an idle brain, begot of nothing but vain fantasy, which is as thin a substance as the wind.
This wind you talk of blows us from ourselves. Supper is done, and we shall come too late.
I fear too early, for my mind misgives. Some consequence yet hanging in the stars shall bitterly begin his fearful date with this night's revels, and expire the term of a despised life closed to my breast by some vile forfeit of untimely death. But he that hath the steerage of my course direct my suit. On, lusty gentle.
Welcome, gentlemen, ladies. You that have your toes unplagued with corns will walk about with them. Ah, my mistresses, which of you all will deny to dance? She that makes dainty, she elsewhere hath corns. Come, music, play, a derby ball. Give room and foot it, girls. More lights, you knaves. Turn the tables up. Quench the fire, the room's grown too hot.
What lady's that doth enrich the hand of yonder knight?
I know not, my good friend.
Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright. It seems she hangs upon the cheek of night as a rich jewel than an Ethiopian. Beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear. The measure done, I watch her place a stand, and touching hers make blessed my rude hand. To my heart love till now, forswear sight, for I ne'er saw true beauty this night.
This guy's voice should be a Montague. I'll fetch my rapier. What dares the slave come hither, covered with an antic face, to fleer and scorn at our solemnity? Now, by the stock and honor of my kin, to strike him dead, I hold it not a sin.
Why, how now, kinsman? Wherefore storm you so?
Uncle, this is a Montague, our foe. A villain that is hither come in spite to scorn at our solemnity this night.
Young Romeo, is it?
'Tis he, that villain Romeo.
Content thee, gentle cuz, let him alone. Bears him like a portly gentleman. To say truth, Louisville brags of him to be a virtuous and well-governed youth. I would not, for the wealth of all this town here in my house, do him disparagement. Show fair presence, put off these frowns, and ill-beseeming semblance for a feast.
It fits when such a villain is a guest. I'll not endure him.
He shall be endured.
My uncle, 'tis a shame.
Go to, you are a saucy boy. Is so indeed. You was contrary to me? For shame, nephew. I'll make you quiet. Have more bourbon, y'all.
I will withdraw, but this intrusion shall, now seeming sweet, convert to bitterest gall.
If I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, the gentle sin is this: my lips, two blushing pilgrims, ready stand to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much, which mannerly devotion shows in this. For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
Have not saints lips and holy palmers too?
I pilgrim lips that they must use in prayer.
Oh, then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do. They pray. Grant thou, lest faith turn to despair.
Saints do not move, though grant for prayer's sake.
Then move not, my prayer's effect I take.
Then have my lips the sin that they have took?
Sin from my lips? Oh, trespass sweetly urged. Give me my sin again.
You kiss by the book.
Madam, your mother craves a word with you.
What is her mother?
Mary, bachelor. Her mother is the lady of the house, and a good lady, and a wise, and a virtuous. I nursed her daughter that you talked withal. I tell you, he that can lay hold of her shall have the chinks.
Is she a Capulet? Dear Count, my life is my foe's debt.
Away, begone. The sport is at the best.
Aye, so I fear. The more's my unrest.
Come hither, nurse. What is yon gentleman? What's he that follows here that would not dance?
I know not.
Go ask his name. If he be married, my grave is like to be my wedding bed.
His name is Romeo, and a Montague, the only son of your great enemy.
My only love, sprung from my only hate, too early seen, unknown, and known too late. Prodigious birth of love it is to me that I must love a loathed enemy.
What's tis? What's tis?
A rhyme I learned even now of one I danced withal.
Juliet!
Anon, anon. Come, let's away. The strangers all are gone. Now old desire doth in his deathbed lie, and young affection gapes to be his heir. That fair for which love groaned for and would die, with tender Juliet matched, is now not fair. Now Romeo is beloved and loves again, alike bewitched by the charm of looks. But to his foe supposed he must complain, and she steal love's sweet bait from fearful hooks. Being held a foe, he may not have access to breathe such vows as lovers used to swear. And she, as much in love, her means much less to meet her new beloved anywhere. But passion lends them power, time means to meet, tempering extremities with extreme sweet.
Romeo. My cousin Romeo. Romeo!
He's wise, and all my life have stolen him home to bed.
He ran this way and leapt over this orchard wall. Call, good Mercutio.
Nay, I'll conjure too. Romeo, humorous, madman, passion, lover, appear thou in the likeness of a sigh, speak but one rhyme, and I am satisfied. I conjure thee, by Rosalind's bright eye, by her high forehead and scarlet lip, by her fine foot, straight leg, and quivering thigh, in the domain that there adjacent lie, that in thou likeness thou appear to us.
Come. He hath hid himself among these trees to be consorted with the humorous night. Blind is his love, and best befits the dark.
If love be blind, love cannot hit the mark. Come, shall we go?
Go then, for 'tis in vain to seek him here that means to not be found.
But saw, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. It is my lady, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
Ay me.
She speaks. Speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious to this night being o'er my head as is a winged messenger of heaven.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. Or if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more? Shall I speak at this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a Montague. What's Montague? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Be some other name. What's in a name? The which we call a rose by any other word would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Romeo, doff thy name, and for thy name, which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth, I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou that thus bescreened in night so stumblest on my counsel?
By a name I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself because it is an enemy to thee. Had I it written, I would tear the word.
My ears have yet not drunk 100 words of thy tongue's uttering, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo and a Montague?
Neither, fair maid, if either thee dislike.
How camest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place death, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find thee here.
With love's light wings did I o'erperch these walls, for stony limits cannot hold love out. And what love can do that dares love attempt? Therefore thy kinsmen are no stop to me.
If they do see thee, they will murder thee.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their eyes, and but thou love me. Let them find me here. My life were better ended by their hate than death prorogued, wanting of thy love.
By whose direction foundst thou out this place?
By love that first did prompt me to inquire.
Thou knowest the mask of night is on my face. Else would a maiden blush be paint my cheek for that which thou hast heard me speak tonight. Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word. Yet if thou swearest, thou mayest prove false. O gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or if thou think'st I am too quickly won, I'll frown and be perverse and say thee nay, so thou wilt woo, but else not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and therefore thou mayest think my havior light. But trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove more true than those that have more cunning to be strange.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon, I vow that tips with silver all these fruit tree tops.
Oh, swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon that monthly changes in her circled orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all, or if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which is the God of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee.
If my heart's dear love.
Well, do not swear. Although I joy in thee, I have no joy of this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden, too like the lightning, which doth cease to be ere one can say it lightens. Sweet good night.
Wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou didst request it, and yet I would it were to give again.
Wouldst thou withdraw it? For what purpose?
But to be frank and give it thee again. And yet I wish but for the thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea. My love as deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have. For both are infinite.
Madam.
I hear some noise within. Dear love, adieu.
Madam.
Anon, good nurse. Sweet Montague, be true. Stay but a little. I will come again.
Blessed, blessed night. I am afeard, being a knight, all this is but a dream, too flattering sweet to be substantial.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honorable, thy purpose marriage, send me word tomorrow by one that I'll procure to come to thee, where and what time thou wilt perform the rite, and all my fortunes at thy foot I'll lay, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world.
Madam.
I come anon, but if thou meanst not well, I do beseech
Madam.
thee. By and by I come, to cease thy strife and leave me to my grief. Tomorrow will I send.
So thrive my soul.
1,000 times good night.
1,000 times the worst want thy life.
Romeo,
And yes,
what o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee?
by the hour of 9.
I will not fail. 'Tis 20 year till then. I have forgot why I did call thee back.
Let me stand here till thou remember it.
'Tis almost morning. I would have thee gone. Good night. Good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till it be morrow.
Sleep dwell upon thine eyes, peace in thy breast. Would I were sleep in peace, so sweet to rest. The gray-eyed morn smiles upon the frowning night, checkering the eastern clouds with streaks of light. Hence will I to the good reverend's close cell, his help to crave and my dear hap to tell.
Now ere the sun advance his burning eye, the day to cheer and night's dank dew to dry, I must upfill this osier cage of ours with baleful weeds and precious juiced flowers. Within the infant rind of this weak flower, poison hath residence and medicine power. For this being smelled with that part cheers each part, being tasted stays all senses with the heart. 2 such opposed kings encamp them still, in man as well as herbs, grace and rude will. And where the worser is predominant, full soon the canker death eats up that plant.
Good morrow, Revel.
Bless you, son. What's new? What early tongue so sweet saluteth me? Young man, it argues a distempered head, so soon to bid good morrow to thy bed. Therefore thy earliness doth me assure thou art uproused with some distemperature. Or if not so, then here I hit it right. Our Romeo hath not been in bed tonight.
That last is true. The sweeter rest was mine.
God pardon sin. Wast thou with Rosaline?
With Rosaline, my prying pastor? No! I have forgot that name, and that name's woe.
That's my good son. But where hast thou been then?
I'll tell thee ere thou askest me again. I have been feasting with mine enemy.
Be plain, good son, and homely in thy drift. Riddling confession finds but riddling shrift.
Then plainly know my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet. As mine on hers, so hers is set on mine, and all combined, save what thou must combine, by holy marriage. When and where and how we met, we wooed and made exchange of vow. I'll tell thee as we pass, but this I pray, that thou consent to marry us today.
Great God Almighty, what a change is here. Is Rosaline that thou didst love so dear, so soon forsaken? Young men's love then lies not truly in their hearts, but in their eyes.
I pray thee, chide me not. Her I love now doth grace for grace and love for love allow. The other did not so.
Or she knew well. Thy love did read by rote, that could not spell. But come, young waverer, come go with me. In one respect I'll thy assistant be. For this alliance may so happy prove to turn your household's rancor to pure love.
Let us hence, I stand on sudden haste.
Wisely and slow, they stumble that run fast.
Where the devil should this Romeo be? Came he not home tonight?
Not to his father's, I spoke with his man. Tybalt, the kinsman to old Capulet, hath sent a letter to his father's house.
A challenge on my life.
Romeo will answer it.
Alas, poor Romeo, he is dead already. Stabbed with a white wench's black eye, run through the ear with a love song. The very pin of his heart cleft by the blind bold boy's butt shaft. And is he a man to encounter Tybalt?
Why? What is Tybalt?
More than prince of cats. Oh, he's the courageous captain of compliments. He fights as you sing prick song, keeps time, distance, and proportion. The pox of such antic, lisping, affecting fantasticos. By Yazoo, a very good blade, a very tall man, a very good whore.
Here comes Romeo.
Senor Romeo, you gave us the counterfeit fairly last night.
Good morrow to you both. What counterfeit did I give you?
The slip, sir, the slip. Can you not conceive?
Pardon, good Mercutio, my business was great. In such a case as mine, a man may strain courtesy.
Well, I am the very pink of courtesy.
Pink for flower.
Right.
Why, then is my pump well flowered?
Sure wit. Follow me this just now till thou hast worn out thy pump, that when the single soul of it is worn, the jest may remain after the wearing solely singular.
Single-souled jest, solely singular for the singleness.
Come between us, good Benvolio, my wits faints. Why, is this not better now than groaning for love? Now art thou sociable. Now art thou Romeo. Now art thou what thou art by art as well as by nature. For this driveling love is like a great natural that runs lolling up and down to hide his bauble in a hole.
Here's a goodly gear.
A sail, a sail.
God ye good morrow, gentlemen.
God ye good den, fair gentlewoman.
Is it good den?
'Tis no less, I tell ye, for the bawdy hand of the Tao is now upon the prick of noon.
Out upon you, what a man are you?
One gentlewoman that God hath made himself to mar.
By my troth, it is well said. For himself to mar, quotha. Gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I may find the young Romeo?
I can tell you, but young Romeo will be older when you have found him than he was when you sought him. I am the youngest of that name, for fault of a worse.
You say well.
Yea, is the worse well?
If you be he, sir, I desire some confidence with you.
She will indict him to some supper.
Abad. So, ho.
Romeo, will you come to your father's? We'll to dinner thither.
I will follow you.
Farewell, ancient lady. Farewell, lady. Lady.
I pray you, sir. What saucy merchant was this that was so full of his ropery?
A gentleman, nurse, that loves to hear himself talk and will speak more in a minute than he will stand to in a month.
And to speak anything against me, I'll take him down. And a lustier than he is in 20 such jacks. And I cannot, I'll find those that shall. Now, afore God, I am so vexed that every part about me quivers. Scurvy knave. I pray you, sir, a word. As I told you, my young lady bid me inquire you out. What she bid me say, I will keep to myself. But first, let me tell ye, if you should lead her into a fool's paradise, as they say, it were a very gross kind of behavior, as they say, and very weak dealing.
Nurse, commend me to thy lady and mistress. I protest unto thee.
Good heart, and in faith I will tell her as much. Lord, Lord, she will be a joyful woman.
What wilt thou tell her, nurse? Thou dost not mark me.
Well, I will tell her, sir, that you protest, which, as I take it, is a gentlemanlike offer.
Bid her devise some means to come to Shrift this afternoon, and there she shall, at Reverend Lawrence's cell, be shrived and married. Here is for thy pains.
Oh, no, truly, sir, not a penny.
Go to, I say you shall.
Oh. This afternoon, sir. Well, she shall be there.
Farewell. Be trusty, and I'll quit thy pains. Farewell. Commend me to thy mistress.
God in heaven bless thee. Hark you, sir.
What say'st thou, my dear nurse?
There is a nobleman in town, one Paris, that would fain lay knife aboard. But she, good soul, had as lief see a toad, a very toad, to see him. Does not Rosemary and Romeo begin both with a letter?
Aye, nurse. What of that? Both with an R.
She has the prettiest sensuous of it, of you and Rosemary, that it would do you good to hear it.
Commend me to thy lady.
Aye, 1,000 times.
The clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse. In half an hour, she promised to return. Perchance she cannot meet him. Oh, that's not so. Oh, she is lame. Love's herald should be thoughts, which 10 times faster glides than the sun's beams, driving back shadows over lowering hills. Had she affections and warm, youthful blood, she would be as swift in motion as a ball. My words would bandy her to my sweet love, and his to me. But old folks, many feign as they were dead, unwieldy, slow, heavy, and pale as lead. Oh, God. She comes. Oh, honey nurse. What news? Hast thou met with him? Lord, why lookest thou sad?
I am a-weary. Give me leave a while. Fie, how my bones ache. What a jaunt have I.
I would thou hadst my bones, and I thy news. Nay, come, I pray thee, speak, good nurse, speak.
Yea, Sue, what haste? Can you not stay a while? Did you not see that I am out of breath?
How art thou out of breath when thou hast breath to say to me that thou art out of breath? Let me be satisfied. Is't good or bad?
Well, you have made a simple choice. You know not how to choose a man. Romeo. Oh, not he. Though his face be better than any man's, and his leg excels all men's, and for a hand and a foot and a body, though they be not to be talked on, yet they are past compare. He is not the flower of courtesy, but I'll warrant as gentle as a lamb.
No, but all this did I know before. What says he of our marriage? What of that?
Lord, how my head aches. Oh, what a head have I. It beats as it would fall in 20 pieces. Beshrew your heart for sending me in to catch my death with jouncing up and down.
If faith, I am sorry that thou art not well. Sweet nurse, tell me, what says my love?
Your love says, like an honest gentleman, and a courteous, and a kind, and a handsome, and I'll warrant virtuous. Where is your mother?
Where is my mother? Why, she is within. Where should she be? How oddly thou repliest. Your love says, like an honest gentleman. Where is your mother?
Are you so hot, dear? Is this a poultice for my aching bones? Henceforward, do your messages yourself.
Here's such a coil. Come, what says Romeo?
Have you got leave to go to Shrift today?
I have.
Then hie you hence to Reverend Lawrence's cell. There stays a husband to make you a wife. Now the wanton blood comes up in your cheeks. They'll be in scarlet straight at any news. I am the drudge and toil in your delight, but you shall bear the burden soon at night. Go, all to dinner. Hie you to the church.
Hie to high fortune. Honest nurse, farewell.
So smile the heavens upon this holy act, that after hours with sorrow chide us not.
Amen. But come what sorrow can, it cannot countervail the exchange of joy that one short minute gives me in her sight. Do thou but close our hands with holy words, then love devouring death do what he dare. It is enough I may but call her mine.
These violent delights have violent ends, and in their triumph die like fire and powder, which as they kiss, consume. Here comes the lady.
Good even to you, generous Reverend.
Romeo shall thank thee, daughter, for us both.
As much to him, else is his thanks too much.
Juliet, if the measure of thy joy be heaped like mine, then sweeten with thy breath this neighbor air, and let rich music's tongue unfold the imagined happiness that both receive and either by this dear encounter.
My true love is grown to such excess, I cannot sum up some of half my wealth.
Come with me, and we will make short work, for by your leaves you shall not stay alone, till Holy Church incorporate two in one.
I pray thee, good Mercutio, let's retire. The day is hot, the capitals are abroad, and if we meet, we shall not escape abroad. For now, these hot days is the mad blood stirring.
Thou art like one of these fellows that when he enters the confines of a tavern, claps his sword upon the table and says, God, send me no need of thee. And by the operation of the second cup, draws him on the drawer when indeed there is no need.
Am I like such a fellow?
Come, thou art as hot a jack in thy mood as any in Kentucky, and is soon moved to be moody, and is soon moody to be moved.
By my head, here comes that Capulet.
By my heel I care not.
Gentlemen, a word with one of you.
And but one word with one of us? Couple it with something. Make it a word and a blow.
You shall find me apt enough to that, sir, and you will give me another occasion.
Can you not take some occasion without giving?
Mercutio, thou consortest with Romeo.
Consort? What dost thou make us, minstrels?
We talk in the public haunt of men. Either withdraw into some private place, or reason coldly of your grievances, or else depart. Here all eyes gaze on us.
Men's eyes were made to look, and let them gaze. I will not budge for no man's pleasure, I.
Well, thanks for nothing, sir. Here comes my man. Romeo, the love I bear thee can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, the reason that I have to love thee doth much excuse the appertaining rage to such a greeting. Villain am I none, therefore farewell. I see thou knowest me not.
Boy, this shall not excuse the injuries that thou hast done me. Therefore turn and draw.
I do protest I never injured thee, but love thee better than thou canst devise, till thou shalt know the reason of my love. And so, good Capulet, which name I tender as dearly as mine own, be satisfied.
Oh, calm, dishonorable, vile submission. Tybalt, you rat catcher, will you walk?
What wouldst thou have with me?
Good king of cats, nothing but one of your 9 lives.
I am for you.
Gentle Mercutio, put thy rapier up. Draw, Benvolio, beat down their weapons. Gentlemen, for shame, forbear this outrage. Tybalt, Mercutio, the prince expressly hath forbid this bandying in downtown streets. Hold, Tybalt, good Mercutio.
I am hurt. A plague of both your houses. I am sped. Is he gone and hath nothing?
What? Art thou hurt?
Aye. Scratch, Mary, 'tis enough.
Courage, man. The hurt cannot be much.
No, 'tis not so deep as a well, nor so wide as a church door. But 'tis enough. 'Twill serve. Ask for me tomorrow, and you shall find me a brave man. I am peppered, I want for this world. Like the devil came you between us. I was hurt under your arm.
I thought all for the best.
Help me into some house, Benvolio, or I shall faint. A plague of both your houses. They have made worms meat of me. I have it, and soundly too. Your houses!
This gentleman, the prince's near ally, my very friend, hath got this mortal hurt in my behalf. My reputation stained with Tybalt's slander. Tybalt, at an hour, hath been my cousin. Oh, sweet Juliet.
Romeo, brave Mercutio is dead.
This day's black fate on mo days doth depend. This but begins the woe others must end.
Here comes the furious Tybalt back again.
Alive, in triumph, and Mercutio slain. Now Tybalt, take the villain back again that late thou gavest me, for Mercutio's soul is a little way above our heads, staying for thine to keep him company. Either thou or I or both must go with him.
Thou wretched boy that didst consort him here shalt with him hence!
This shall determine that.
Romeo, away, be gone. The citizens are up and Tybalt slain. Stand not amazed, the prince will do thee death if thou art taken. Hence, be gone, away.
Oh, I am fortune's fool.
Why dost thou stay?
Where are the vile beginners of this fray?
Noble prince, I can discover all the unlucky manage of this fatal brawl. There lies the man, slain by young Romeo, that slew thy kinsman, brave Mercutio.
Tybalt. My cousin. Oh, my brother's child. Oh, prince. Oh, cousin, husband, oh. The blood is spilled of my dear kinsman. Prince, as thou art true, for blood of ours, shed blood of Montague.
Tybalt here slain, whom Romeo's hand did slay. Romeo that spoke him fair, bid him bethink how nice the quarrel was, and urged withal your high displeasure. But his gentle breath could not take truce with the unruly spleen of Tybalt, deaf to peace, but that he tilts with piercing steel at bold Mercutio's breast. Then Romeo cries out, hold friends, friends part, and twixt them rushes, underneath whose arm an envious thrust from Tybalt hit the life of stout Mercutio. And then Tybalt fled, but by and by comes back to Romeo. And to it they go like lightning, for ere I could draw to part them, was stout Tybalt slain. This is the truth, or let Benvolio die.
He is a kinsman to the Montague. Affection makes him false. He speaks not true. I beg for justice, which thou, prince, must give. Romeo slew Tybalt. Romeo must not live.
Romeo slew him. He slew Mercutio. Who now the price of his dear blood doth owe?
Not Romeo, Prince. He was Mercutio's friend. His fault concludes but what the law should end. The life of Tybalt.
And for that offense, immediately we do exile him hence. We decree a strict off-limits order. Let him never cross the river border. I have an interest in your hate's proceeding. My blood for your rude brawls doth lie a-bleeding. But I'll immerse you with so strong a fine that you shall all repent the loss of mine. I will be deaf to pleading and excuses, nor tears nor prayers shall purchase out abuses. Send Romeo to Hoosier country fast. Else when he is found, that hour is his last. Now, bear hence this body, and attend our will. Mercy but murders, pardoning those that kill.
Gallop apace, you fiery-footed steeds, towards Phoebus' lodging. Such a wagoner as Phaeton would whip you to the west and bring in cloudy night immediately. Spread thy close curtain, love-performing night, that runaways' eyes may wink, and Romeo leap to these arms, untalked of and unseen. Come, gentle night, come, loving black-browed night, give me my Romeo, and when I shall die, take him and cut him into little stars, and he will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night and pay no worship to the garish sun. I have bought the mansion of a love, but not possessed it. Here comes my nurse. Now, nurse, what news? Why dost thou wring thy hands?
We are undone, lady. We are undone. Alack the day, he's gone, he's killed, he's dead. Whoever would have thought it, Romeo?
What devil art thou that dost torment me thus? Hath Romeo slain himself? Say thou but I am not I, if there be such an I. If he be slain, say I, or if not, no. Brief sounds determine of my weal or woe.
I saw the wound. I saw it with mine eyes. God save the mark here on his manly breast. A piteous corse, a bloody piteous corse, all pale as ashes, all bedaubed in blood, all in gore blood. I sounded at the sight.
Oh, break my heart, poor bankrupt, break it once.
Oh, Tybalt, the best friend I had. Oh, courteous Tybalt, honest gentleman, that ever I should live to see thee dead.
What storm is this that blows so contrary? Is Romeo slaughtered and is Tybalt dead, my dearest cousin and my dear lord?
Tybalt is gone and Romeo banished. Romeo that killed him, he is banished and barred from setting foot in Louisville.
Oh, God. Did Romeo's hand shed Tybalt's blood?
It did. Alas the day, it did.
Oh, serpent heart, hid with a flowering face. Did ever dragon keep so fair a cave? Beautiful, tyrant, fiend, angelical, just opposite to what thou justly seemst. Was ever book containing such vile matter so fairly bound that deceit should dwell in such a gorgeous palace?
There is no trust, no faith, no honesty in men. All perjured, all forsworn, all not, all dissemblers. Shame come to Romeo.
Blistered be thy tongue for such a wish. He was not born to shame. Upon his brow, shame is ashamed to sit. Oh, what a beast was I to chide at him.
Will you speak well of he that killed your cousin?
Shall I speak ill of him that is my husband? Ah, poor my lord, what tongue shall smooth thy name when I, thy 3 hours' wife, have mangled it? My husband lives, that Tybalt would have slain, and Tybalt's dead, that would have slain my husband. All this is comfort. Wherefore weep I then? Some word there was, worser than Tybalt's death, that murdered me. I would forget it fain, but oh, it presses to my memory like damned guilty deeds to sinners' minds. That banished, that one word, banished, hath slain 10,000 Tybalts. Tybalt's death was woe enough if it had ended there, but Romeo is banished, that word. There is no end, no limit, measure, bound in that word's death. No word can that woe sound.
Hie to your chamber. I'll find Romeo to comfort you. Well, where he is. Hark ye, your Romeo will be here at night. I'll to him. He is hid at Lawrence's cell.
Oh, find him. Give this ring to my true knight, and bid him come to take his last farewell.
Romeo, come forth, thou fearful man. Affliction is enamored of thy parts, and thou art wedded to calamity.
Reverend, what news? What is the prince's doom? What sorrow craves acquaintance at my hand that I yet know not?
Too familiar is my dear son with such sour company. A gentler judgment vanished from his lips, not body's death, but body's banishment.
Huh? Banishment? Be merciful, say death, for exile has more terror in his look, much more than death. Do not say banishment.
Hence from Louisville is off limits, son. Be patient, for the world is broad and wide.
There is no world without Louisville's streets, but purgatory, torture, hell itself.
Oh, deadly sin, oh, rude unthankfulness. This is dear mercy, and thou seest it not.
'Tis torture and not mercy. Heaven is here where Juliet lives. And every cat and dog and little mouse, every unworthy thing live here in heaven and may look on her, but Romeo may not. He is banished. Oh, Reverend, the damned use that word in hell. Howling attends it. How hast thou the heart, being a pastor, and my friend professed, to mangle me with that word banished?
Thou fond mad man, hear me a little speak.
Thou canst not speak of that thou dost not feel. Wert thou as young as I, Juliet thy love, an hour but married, Tybalt murdered, doting like me and like me banished, then mightst thou speak, then mightst thou tear thy hair and fall upon the ground as I do now, taking the measure of an unmade grave.
Arise, one knocks. Good Romeo, hide thyself. Hark how they knock. Who's there? Romeo, arise, thou wilt be taken. By God's will, stand up. What simpleness is this? I come. Who knocks so hard? Whence come you? What's your will?
Let me come in and you shall know my errand. I come from Lady Juliet.
Welcome then.
Where's my lady's lord? Where's Romeo?
There on the ground with his own tears made drunk.
Oh, he is even in my mistress' case. Just in her case. For even so lies she, blubbering and weeping and blubbering. Stand up. Stand up. Stand and you be a man. For Juliet's sake, for her sake, rise and stand.
Speakest thou of Juliet? How is it with her? Does she not think me an old murderer now that I have stained the childhood of our joy with blood removed but little from her own? Where is she? And how doth she? And what says my concealed lady to our cancelled love?
Oh, she says nothing, sir, but weeps and weeps. And now falls on her bed and then starts up. And Tybalt calls, and then on Romeo cries, and then down falls again.
As if that name shot from the deadly level of a gun did murder her as that name's cursed hand murdered her kinsman. Oh, tell me rather, tell me in what vital part of this anatomy doth my name lodge? Tell me, so that I may sack the hateful mansion.
Hold thy desperate hand. Thou hast amazed me. Good Lord, my troubled son, I thought thy disposition better tempered. Hast thou slain Tybalt? Wilt thou slay thyself? And slay thy lady that in thy life lives by doing damned hate upon thyself? Thy noble shape is but a form of wax, digressing from the valor of a man. Thy true love sworn but hollow perjury, killing that love which thou hast vowed to cherish. But rouse thee, man! Thy Juliet is alive, for whose dear sake thou wast but lately dead. There art thou happy. Tybalt would kill thee, but thou slewest Tybalt. There art thou happy. The law that threatened death becomes thy friend and turns it to exile. There art thou happy. Go, get thee to thy love as was decreed. Ascend her chamber, hence and comfort her. But look thou stay not till the watch be set, for then thou canst not pass to Evansville, where thou shalt stay till we can find a time to blaze your marriage, reconcile your friends, beg pardon of the prince, and call thee back. Go before, nurse. Commend me to thy lady, and bid her hasten all the house to bed. Romeo is coming.
My lord, I'll tell her you will come. Here, sir, a ring she bid me give you, sir. Hie you, make haste, for it grows very late.
How well my comfort is revived by this.
Go hence, good night, and here stands all your state. Either be gone before the curfew set, or by the break of day disguised from hence.
But that a joy past joy calls out on me. It were a grief so brief to part with thee. Farewell.
Things have fallen out, sir, so unluckily that we have had no time to move our daughter. Look you. She loved her kinsman Tybalt dearly, and so did I. Well, we were born to die. 'Tis very late. She'll not come down tonight.
Sir Paris, I will make a desperate tender of my child's love. I think she will be ruled in all respects by me. Nay, more, I doubt it not. Wife, go you to her ere you go to bed. Acquaint her here of my son Paris's love, and bid her mark you me on Wednesday next. But soft, what day is today?
Monday, my dear.
Well, Wednesday's too soon. Thursday, let it be. Thursday, tell her she shall be married to this noble earl. Will you be ready? Huh? You like this haste? I'll get you gone. Thursday be it then. Go you to Juliet ere you're gonna bed. Prepare her wife against this wedding day. Farewell, my lord. Lights to my chamber, ho! For me, it is very late. We may call it early by and by. Good night.
I lay down my pride. Let me be your bridge over raging water. My arms open wide. They were made for you. It would be my honor to welcome you in and settle your soul. There's something that you must know. Whatever you've lost, I'll find. If you need a hand, take mine. For all that I have is yours. Just tell me, I'll give you more. Whenever you call, I'm there. I'll cover you with my prayers. Forever these words will be true. Whatever you want me to do, I'll do for you.
Wilt thou be gone?
Please don't turn.
It is not yet near day. It was the nightingale and not the lark that pierced the fearful hollow of thine ear. Nightly she sings on yond pomegranate tree. Believe me, love, it was the nightingale.
It was the lark, the herald of the morn, no nightingale. Look, love, envious streaks lace the severing clouds in yonder east. Night's candles are burnt out, and jocund day stands tiptoe on the misty mountain tops. I must be gone and live, or stay and die.
Yon light is not daylight. I know it, I. It is some meteor that the sun exhales to be to thee this night a torch-bearer, and light thee on thy way to the west end. Therefore say yet, thou needst not to be gone.
Let me be taken. Let me be put to death. I am content so thou wilt have it so. I have more care to stay than will to go. Come, death, and welcome. Juliet wills it so. How is my soul?
Hie hence, be gone, away! It is the lark that sings so out of tune, straining harsh discords and unpleasing sharps. Now be gone. More light and light it grows.
More light and light, more dark and dark our woes.
Madam,
Nurse?
your lady mother is coming to your chamber. The day is broke. Be wary, look about.
Then window, let day in and let life out.
Farewell.
Art thou gone so, love, lord, I husband, friend?
I will omit no opportunity that may convey my greetings, love, to thee.
Think'st thou we shall ever meet again?
I doubt it not. And all these woes shall serve as sweet discourses in our times to come.
Oh God, I have an ill-divining soul. Methinks I see thee now, thou art so low as one dead in the bottom of a tomb. Either my eyesight fails, or thou look'st pale.
Trust me, love, in my eyes, so do you. Dry sorrow drinks our blood. Adieu.
Hey, daughter. Are you up?
Who is that calls? It is my lady mother. Is she not down so late or up so early?
But how now, Juliet?
Madam, I am not well.
Evermore weeping for your cousin's death? What, wilt thou wash him from his grave with tears? And if thou couldst not make him live, therefore have done. Some grief shows much of love, but much of grief shows still some want of wit.
Yet let me weep for such a feeling loss.
Well, girl, thou weeps not so much for his death as that the villain lives, which slaughtered him.
What villain, madam?
That same villain, Romeo.
Villain. And he be many miles asunder. God pardon him. I do with all my heart. And yet no man like he doth grieve my heart.
That is because the traitor murderer lives.
Ay, madam, from the reach of these my hands. Would none but I might venge my cousin's death.
We will have vengeance for it, fear thou not.
Indeed. I never shall be satisfied with Romeo till I behold him. Dead is my poor heart, so for a kinsman vexed. Madam, if you could find out but a man to bear poison, I would temper it, that Romeo should, upon receipt thereof, soon sleep in quiet. How my heart abhors to hear him named, it cannot come to him. To wreak the love I bore my cousin upon his body that hath slaughtered him.
Find thou the means, and I'll find such a man. But now I'll tell thee joyful tidings, girl.
And joy comes well in such a needy time. What are they, beseech your ladyship?
Well, thou hast a careful father, child. One who, to put thee from thy heaviness, hath sorted out a sudden day of joy that thou expects not, nor I looked not for.
Madam, in happy time, what day is that?
Very, my child. Early next Thursday morn, the gallant, young, and noble gentleman, the County Paris, at St. Matthew's Church, shall happily make thee there a joyful bride.
Now, by St. Matthew's Church, and Matthew too, he shall not make me there a joyful bride. I wonder at this haste, that I must wed ere he that should be husband comes to woo. I pray you, tell my lord and father, madam, I will not marry yet, and when I do, I swear it shall be Romeo, whom you know I hate, rather than Paris. These are news indeed.
Here comes your father. Tell him so yourself, and see how he will take it at your hands.
Have you delivered to her our decree?
Aye, sir, but she will none. She gives you thanks. Would the fool were married to her grave.
Oh, is she not? But does she not give us thanks? Is she not proud? Does she not count her blessings, unworthy as she is, that we have wrought so worthy a gentleman to be her bride?
Not proud you have, but thankful that you have. Proud can I never be of what I hate, but thankful even for hate that is meant love.
Chop logic, what is this? Thank me no thankings, nor proud me no prouds, but fill your fine joints against Thursday next to go with Paris to St. Matthew's Church, or I will drag thee on a hurdle thither.
Good father, I beseech you on my knees, hear me with patience, but to speak a word.
Hang thee, wretch, young baggage, disobedient wretch. I tell thee what, get thee to church a Thursday or ne'er after look at me in the face. Speak not, reply not, do not answer me. My fingers itch.
God in heaven bless her. You are to blame, my lord, to rate her so.
And why, my lady wisdom? Hold your tongue.
I speak no treason.
Peace, you mumbling fool. Utter your gravity or a gossip's bowl, for here we need it not.
You are too hot.
God's bread, it makes me mad. Look to it. Think on it. I do not use to jest, and you be mine, I'll give you to my friend. And you be not. Hang, beg, starve, die in the streets, for by my soul, I'll ne'er acknowledge thee. Nor what is mine shall never do thee good.
Is there no pity sitting in the clouds that sees into the bottom of my grief? Sweet my mother, cast me not away. Delay this marriage for a month, a week.
Talk not to me, for I'll not speak a word. Do as thou wilt, for I have done with thee.
Oh, God! Oh, nurse! How shall this be prevented? My husband is on earth, my faith in heaven. What sayest thou? Hast thou not a word of joy? Some comfort, nurse.
Faith, here it is. Romeo is banished, and all the world to nothing that he dares ne'er come back to challenge you. Then, since the case stands so as it doth now, I think it best you married with the county. Oh, he's a lovely gentleman. Romeo's a dishclout to him. Beshrew my very heart, I think you are happy in this second match, for it excels your first. Or if it did not, your first is dead. And 'twere as good he were as living here, and you no use of him.
Speakest thou from thy heart?
And from my soul, too.
Amen.
What?
Well, thou hast comforted me marvelous much. Go in and tell my lady I am gone, having displeased my father to Lawrence Church, to seek his counsel and accept my fate.
Mary, I will. And this is wisely done.
Ancient damnation, almost wicked fiend. Is it more sin to wish me thus forsworn, or to dispraise my lord with that same tongue which she hath praised him with above compare so many thousand times? Go, counselor! Thou and my bosom henceforth shall be twain. I'll tell the Rev to know his remedy. If all else fails, myself have power to die. Oh, shut the door. And when thou hast done so, come weep with me. Past hope, past cure, past help.
Juliet, I already know thy grief. It strains me past the compass of my wits.
Tell me not, pastor, that thou hearest of this, unless thou tell me how I may prevent it. If in thou witsdom thou canst give no help, do thou but call my resolution wise, and with this knife I'll help it presently. Be not so long to speak. I long to die. If what thou speakst, speak not of remedy.
Hold, daughter. I do spy a kind of hope which craves as desperate an execution as that is desperate which we would prevent. If rather than to marry County Paris, thou hast the strength of will to slay thyself, then is it likely thou wilt undertake a thing like death, to chide away this shame. And if thou darest, I'll give thee remedy.
Bid me leap rather than marry Paris from off the battlement of any tower, or bid me go into a new-made grave and hide me with a dead man in his shroud. Things that to hear them told have made me tremble, and I will do it without fear or doubt, to live an unstained wife to my sweet love.
Hold then. Go home, be merry, give consent to marry Paris. Wednesday is tomorrow. Tomorrow night, look that thou lie alone. Take thou this vial, being then in bed, and this distilling liquor drink thou off, when presently through all thy veins shall run a cold and drowsy humor, for no pulse, no warmth, no breath shall testify thou livest, and in this borrowed likeness of shrunk death thou shalt continue 42 hours, and then awake as from a pleasant sleep. Now when the bridegroom in the morning comes to rouse thee from thy bed, there art thou dead. Thou shalt be borne to that same ancient vault where all the kindred of the Capulets lie. Meantime, against thou shalt awake, shall Romeo by my message know our drift, and hither shall he come. And he and I will watch thy waking, and that very night shall Romeo bear thee hence to Evansville. And this shall free thee from this present shame, if no inconstant toy nor womanish fear abate thy valor in the acting it.
Give me, oh, tell not me of fear.
Hold, get you gone. Be strong and prosperous in this resolve. I'll send a text with speed to Romeo with details for thy lord.
Love give me strength, and strength shall help afford. Farewell, dear pastor.
So many guests invite as here are writ. Ladies, go hire me 20 cunning cooks.
we shall be much unfurnished for this time. Has my daughter gone to Reverend Lawrence?
I forsooth.
Well, he may chance do some good on her. A self-willed harlotry it is.
See where she comes from shrift with merry look.
Well, how now, headstrong? Where have you been gadding?
Where I have learned me to repent the sin of disobedient opposition to you and your behests, and am enjoined by Reverend Lawrence to fall prostrate here to beg your pardon. Pardon, I beseech you. Henceforward I am ever ruled by you.
Whoa. Send for the county. Go tell him of this. I'll have this knot knit up by tomorrow morning. All shall be well. My heart is wondrous light since this same wayward girl is so reclaimed.
Gentle nurse, leave me to myself tonight, for I have need of many orisons to move the heavens to smile upon my state, which well thou knowest is cross and full of sin.
What? Are you busy, girl? Need you my help?
No, madam. We have called such necessaries as are behoveful to our state tomorrow. So please you, let me now be left alone, and let the nurse this night sit up with you, for I am sure you have your hands full all in this so sudden business.
Good night. Get thee to bed and rest, for thou hast need.
Farewell. God knows when we shall meet again. I have a faint cold fear thrills through my veins that almost freezes up the heat of life. Come, Vial. What if this mixture do not work at all? Shall I be married then, tomorrow morning? No. No. The shall forbid it. Lie thou there. How if when I am laid into the tomb, I wake before the time that Romeo come to redeem me? There's a fearful point. Shall I not then be stifled in the vault, to whose foul mouth no healthsome air breathes in, and there die strangled ere my Romeo come? Or if I live, it is not very like that the horrible conceit of death and night, together with the terror of the place, is in a vault, an ancient receptacle, where for this many 100 years the bones of all my buried ancestors are packed, where at some hours of night spirits resort, with shrieks like mandrakes torn out of the earth, that living mortals hearing them run mad. If I wake, shall I not be distraught, environed with all these hideous fears, and madly play with my forefathers' joints, and pluck the mangled Tybalt from his shroud, and in this rage, with some great kinsman's bone, as with a club, dash out my desperate brains? Look, methinks I see my cousin's ghost, seeking out Romeo that did spit his body upon a rapier's point. Stay, Tybalt, stay! Romeo! 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 Here's drink. I drink to thee.
Mistress? What mistress? Juliet? Fast, I warrant her she. What lamb? What lady? Fie, you slug a bed. Why, love, I say. Madam, sweetheart. Why, bride? What? Not a sound. The next night, I warrant, the county Paris hath set up his rest that you shall get but little. Oh, God forgive me, Mary and amen. Oh, how sound is she asleep? What? Dressed and in your clothes and down again? But I must needs wake you. Lady! 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 Alas! Alas! Help! My lady's dead!
What noise is here?
Oh, lamentable day.
What is the matter?
Look, oh heavy day.
Oh, me. Oh, me, my child. My only life. Revive, look up, or I will die with thee.
For shame, bring Juliet forth. Her lord is come.
She's dead. Deceased. She's dead, alack the day.
Let me see her. Oh, alas, she's cold. Her blood is settled and her joints are stiff. Life and these lips have long been separated. Death lies on her like an untimely frost upon the sweetest flower of all the field.
Come. Is the bride ready to go to church?
Ready to go, never to return. Death is my son-in-law. Death is my heir. My daughter he hath wedded. All is death's.
Most miserable hour that e'er time saw. But one, poor one. One poor and loving child, but one thing to rejoice and solace in. And cruel death hath catched it from my sight.
Never was seen so black a day as this.
Peace, hope, for shame. Confusion's cure lives not in these confusions. Heaven and yourself had part in this fair maid. Now heaven hath all. Your part in her you could not keep from death, but heaven keeps his part in eternal life. Dry up your tears and bear her to the church.
All things that we ordained festival turn from their office to black funeral, our wedding cheer to a sad burial feast. Our bridal flowers serve for a buried corse. And all things change them to the contrary.
Sir, go you in, and everyone prepare to follow this fair course into her grave. The heavens do lower upon you for some ill. Move them no more by crossing their high will.
If I may trust the flattering truth of sleep, my dreams presage some joyful news at hand. I dreamt my lady came and found me dead. Strange dream that gives a dead man leave to think, and breathed such life with kisses in my lips that I revived and was an emperor. Ah, me. How sweet is love, it's self-possessed when the love shadows are so rich in joy. News from the Ville. How now, Benvolio? Dost thou not bring the lowdown from the Rev? How doth my lady? Is my father well? How doth my Juliet? That I ask again, for nothing can be ill if she be well.
Then she is well, and nothing can be ill. Her body sleeps in Capel's monument, and her immortal part with the angels lives. I saw her laid low in her kindred's vault, and presently took post to tell it you. Oh, pardon me for bringing these ill news.
Is it even so? Then I defy you, stars. Thou knowest my lodging. I will hence tonight.
I do beseech you, friend, have patience. Your looks are pale and wild, and do impart some misadventure.
Tush, thou art deceived. Hast thou no message to me from the Rev?
No, he gave none.
No matter. Leave me. Just give me a minute. I'll be with thee straight. Well, Juliet, I will lie with thee tonight. But see for means. Oh, mistress, thou art swift to enter the thoughts of desperate men. I do remember an apothecary, and hereabouts it dwells, which late I noted sharp misery had worn him to the bones. Noting this penury, to myself I said, and if a man did need a poison now, whose sale is present death in Evansville, here lives a needy wretch with selling him. Oh, here's $40. I will have a dram of poison, such soon speeding gear as will disperse itself through all the veins that the life-weary taker may fall dead. Yes, cordial and not poison. You'll go with me to Juliet's grave, for there must I use them.
What says Romeo? What the? Oh no, my signal must have faded. Nothing works. Communication systems seem to fail where the infectious pestilence does reign, so that my text to Romeo was stayed. How did I miss the error? There it is. I can't get Messenger to send it thee, so unstable installed by infection. Unhappy fortune. Good Lord, have mercy. The message was not nice, but full of charge, of dear import, and the neglecting it may do much danger. Where's my crowbar? Now must I to the monument alone. Within this 3 hours will fair Juliet wake. She will beshrew me much that Romeo hath had no notice of these accidents. But I will try to write again at once, and keep her at my church till Romeo come. Poor living corpse, closed in a dead man's tomb.
Give me that mattock and the wrenching iron. Hold, take this letter. Early in the morning see thou deliver it to my lord and father. Give me the light. Upon thy life I charge thee, whate'er thou hearest or seest, stand all aloof, and do not interrupt me in my course.
I will be gone, cousin, not trouble ye.
So shalt thou show me friendship. Live and be prosperous, and farewell, dear fellow.
For all this same, I'll hide me hereabout. His looks I fear, and his intents I doubt.
Thou detestable maw, thou womb of death, gorged with the dearest morsel of the earth, thus I enforce thy rotten jaws to open, and in despite I'll cram thee with more food. For here lies Juliet, and her beauty makes this vault of feasting present full of light. Oh, my love, my wife, death that hath sucked the honey of thy breath hath had no power yet upon thy beauty. Why art thou yet so fair? Here, next to you shall I set up my everlasting rest, and shake the yoke of inauspicious stars from this world-weary flesh. Eyes, look your last. Arms, take your last embrace and lips. Oh, you the doors of breath, seal with a righteous kiss a dateless bargain to engrossing death. Here's to my love. Thy drugs, quick. Thus, with a kiss, I die.
The good Lord be my speed. How oft tonight have my old feet stumbled at graves. Who's there?
Here's one, a friend, and one that knows you well.
Bliss be upon you. Tell me, good my son, what torch is yond that vainly lends its light to grubs and eyeless skulls? As I discern, it burneth in the Capel's monument.
It doth so, holy sir.
Who is it?
Romeo.
How long hath he been there?
Full half an hour.
Go with me to the vault.
I dare not, sir. Romeo knows not, but I am gone hence.
Stay then, I'll go alone. Fear comes upon me. Oh, much I fear some ill unthrifty thing. Romeo, Alack, what an unkind hour is guilty of this lamentable chance. The lady stirs.
Oh, comfortable Rev. Where is my lord? I do remember well where I should be. And there I am. Where is my Romeo?
I hear some noise. Lady, come from that nest of death, contagion, and unnatural sleep. A greater power than we can contradict hath thwarted our intents. Come away, thy husband in thy bosom there lies dead. Come, go, good Juliet, I dare no longer stay.
Go get the ants, for I will not away.
What's here? A cup closed in my true love's hand. Poison I see hath been his timeless end. O churl, drunk all and left no friendly drop to help me after? I will kiss thy lips. Haply some poison yet doth hang on them to make me die with a restorative. Thy lips are warm.
Over here. Here. This way.
Yea, noise. Then I'll be brief.
O happy dagger, this is thy sheath. There rust, and let me die.
This is the place, there where the torch doth burn. Pitiful sight! Here lies Romeo slain, Juliet bleeding, worn and newly dead, who hath here lain this 2 days buried. Go tell the prince, run to the Capulets, raise up the Montagues. Some other search.
What misadventure is so early up that calls our person from our morning rest?
What should it be that is so shrieked abroad?
Oh, the people in the street cry Romeo, some Juliet. It's chaos. And all run with open outcry toward our monument.
What fear is this which startles in our ears?
Here lies the best of youth, promise slain. There lies Romeo dead, and Juliet dead before, warm and new killed.
Search, seek, know how this foul murder comes.
Oh, heavens. Oh, wife. Look how our daughter bleeds. This dagger hath mistaken. For lo, his house is empty on the back of Montague, and is missheathed in my daughter's bosom.
Come, Montague, for thou art early up to see thy son and heir now early down.
Alas, my liege, my wife is dead tonight. Grief of my son's exile hath stopped her breath. What further woe conspires against mine age?
Look, and thou shalt see.
Oh, thou untaught, what manners is in this? To press before thy father to a grave.
Seal up the mouth of outrage for a while till we can clear these ambiguities and to know their spring, their head, their true descent. Then will I be general of your woes and lead you even to death. Meantime, forbear. Let mischance be slave to patience. Bring forth the parties of suspicion.
There's the Reverend, found in the graveyard with instruments upon him, fit to open these dead men's tombs.
I am the greatest able to do least, yet most suspected, as the time and place doth make against me of this direful murder. And here I stand, both to impeach and purge, myself condemned and myself excused.
Then say at once what thou dost know in this.
Romeo, their dead, was husband to that Juliet, and she, their dead, that Romeo's faithful wife. I married them, and their stolen marriage day was Tybalt's doomsday. Juliet sought help, and with wild looks bid me devise some mean to rid her from a second marriage. Thus gave I her, so tutored by my art, a sleeping potion that wrought upon her the form of death. Meantime I writ to Romeo that he should take her from her borrowed grave. But the choked network that bore my message failed, and the urgent text was never sent. When too late I came, here untimely lay her noble love and true Romeo dead. And she, too desperate, would not go with me, but as it seems did violence on herself. All this I do know, and if aught in this miscarried by my fault, let my old life be sacrificed some hour before his time unto the rigor of severest law.
We still have known thee for a holy man. Where's Romeo's friend? What can he say to this?
I told Romeo of Juliet's death. Then in haste he rushed across the river into this same place, to this same monument. This letter he early bid me give his father.
Give me the letter. I will look on it. This letter doth make good the pastor's words, their course of love, the tidings of her death. And here he writes that he did buy a poison of a poor apothecary, and therewithal came to this vault to die and lie with Juliet. Where be these enemies? Capulet, Montague, see what a scourge is laid upon your aid, that heaven finds means to kill your joys with love. And I, for winking at your discords too, have lost my own dear kinsman. All are punished.
Brother Montague, give me thy hand. This is my daughter's jointure. For no more can I demand.
But I can give thee more, for I will raise her statue in pure gold, that whiles Kentucky by that name is known, there shall no figure at such rate be set as that of true and faithful Juliet.
As rich shall Romeo's by his ladies lie. Poor sacrifices of our enmity.
Glooming peace this morning with it brings. The sun for sorrow will not show his head. Go hence to have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned, and some punished. For never was a story of more woe than this, of Juliet and her Romeo.